Terroedome, where we give you my Dynasty Week 2 predictions. Let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. This week we had the Dallas Cowboys versus the Washington Redskins. Dallas defense came out strong, only allowing the Philadelphia Eagles to 190 total offensive yards. Even though the Washington Redskins secondary struggled against the Atlanta passing games, they shut down the run game. This week they'll be going up against Ezekiel Elliott, who rushed for 121 yards in their Week 1 victory. My pick for this game will have to be the Dallas Cowboys. Prescott will come out and make key plays against a struggling secondary, which will allow that powerful line and Ezekiel Elliott to get going and get going easy. Next up, we have the New York Jets versus the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a tough back-to-back game for the Jets, facing another powerhouse defense. To me, the Chiefs need to just stick to the blueprint that got them the Week 1 victory. Create turnovers, make the quarterback uncomfortable, make the quarterback make mistakes, and when he do, be there to correct them. My pick for this week will have to be the Kansas City Chiefs defense, getting them another win at home. Next up, we have the LA Rams versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Even though the Rams front four dominated that Detroit offensive line, getting at Matthew Stafford 7 times, the secondary struggled when the front four was not getting pressure. Gurley was held to a total of 37 rushing yards. They have to get him going if they even think about bringing that victory back to LA. The Jacksonville Jaguars came out looking good, passing the ball and also running. A key mistake made late in the fourth quarter made them fall short. I expect for Ramsey, Malik Jackson to rise up and bring the Jacksonville Jaguars their first victory of the season. My pick for that game will be the Jacksonville Jaguars. Next up, we have the Chicago Bears versus the Baltimore Ravens. The Chicago Bears had an impressive win against a strong, young, talented Cleveland Brown team. My key factor in this game will have to be cornerback rookie Joe Montgomery. He has big shoes to fill this week, going up against wide receiver pyramids. The Ravens have to allow Flacco to control the games. Too many turnovers. Get Flacco going. Basic, simple passes to get him in rhythm. Even though the Ravens play amazing at home, I'm expecting the Chicago Bears secondary to come up there, smother those wide receivers, and bring a victory back home to the shop. My pick for that game, the Chicago Bears. Next up, we have the Buffalo Bills versus the New England Patriots. Turnovers killed the Buffalo Bills in their Week 1 game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But I expect for them to get Teller going. Same thing, key in simple plays to get them in rhythm and to get that offense going and clicking early. To me, the New England Patriots have to trust their quarterback, but also lean a little bit more on the run game. The Buffalo Bills team gave up a total of 432 offensive yards. Playing in Gillette is a tough place to play, but I'm expecting the Buffalo Bills to go up there and get that victory. My pick for this game will be the Buffalo Bills. Next up, we have the Indianapolis Colts versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. To me, this is pure offensive battle. You have two dynamic quarterbacks, two dynamic wide receivers. This is going to be a shootout. But as I can say, as long as them Pittsburgh Steelers are healthy, they're too dangerous for any defense. My pick on this game would be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Next up, we have the Panthers versus the Falcons, a divisional game. These two teams has history. The questions that I have and the concerns that I have is the Panthers. Who would y'all have to contain Julio Jones? Can they make the rookie quarterback make mistakes? Can the Falcons contain Cam Newton? But I guess we're going to wait and watch the game to see. But my pick for this game will be the Falcons pulling it out. Julio Jones going for 200 yards. Next up, we have the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Cleveland Browns. The Bengals impressed me in a Week 1 matchup against the Steelers. They was going neck to neck with that high-power offense, blazing from all cylinders, but they fell short by 3 points. To me, they need to bring that same type of balanced game up there in Cleveland, and my pick for this game will have to be the Cincinnati Bengals pulling it out with a high-powered, balanced offense. Next up, we have the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Green Bay Packers. The Eagles was held to 3 total points in 4 quarters. I know they're itching to get back on that field. I know they're itching to bounce back from that loss in week 1 and ready to get things back on track. The Packers defense impressed me the most out of week 1, getting 7 takeaways and only allowing a total of 200 yards defense. So I think that for them to key in on this victory, they have to bring that same type of mentality. But this is the Philadelphia Eagles team that felt embarrassed, I think. So that's going to be a little bigger, more chip on their shoulder. And this game wasn't easy. It just was the hardest pick I had to make out of all of my predictions. But I'm going to have to take the Philadelphia Eagles with a bounce back win, getting that train headed in the right direction. Next up, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins is a team, to me, that's just another rebuild season. So I'm pretty sure that these guys, are going to come out, play their best type of football. But to me, that these guys just don't have enough key pieces to, get that train moving as fast as they want. To me, the Tampa Bay Bucs have to do one thing in this game: allow Jameis Winston to go off. Big passing day. My pick for this game would be the Bucs. Jameis Winston going off, baby. Next up, we have the San Diego Chargers versus the Broncos. The Chargers have to do 2 things: protect Phillip Rivers and stop the run. He gave up a total of 176 rushing yards in a week 1 loss. To me, the Broncos have that bully type defense that only allowed their opponent to pass for 82 yards in a week 1 victory, and let CJ Anderson pound the ball with CJ Anderson. If they do those 2 key things, boop, my pick had to be the Denver Broncos bullying that San Diego Charger offense. Next up, we have the Cardinals versus the Texans. 2 matchups that I'm looking forward to seeing: Peterson and Fuller. This will come down of the battle of those 2. To me, this was another tough pick, but I have to go with the Houston Texans coming in with that balanced offense and getting the win in Houston. Next up, we have the Minnesota Vikings versus the Seahawks. Defense. We have a quarterback that just gave away the ball 7 times versus a powerful defense. This game, I would have to go with the Seattle Seahawks. Bridgewater still having nightmares from 7 turnovers that he committed in week 1. And I just can't see him coming up there shaking it off against a defense like that. Next up, we have the Detroit Lions versus the Saints. The Detroit Lions came out and blew LA out the water with a huge victory of 24 points. The Saints, Drew Brees, Cook was held to a total of 35 passing yards. Now I know their high-power offense will not come out and perform like that against their home crowd again. So I would have to go with the New Orleans Saints getting that offense going and bringing that victory to the Dome, baby. Next up, we have the Tennessee Titans versus the 49ers. My pick in this game, hands down, I would have to go with the 49ers. The 49ers impressed me with a nice passing game. They have a defense that pretty much people think that it's easy to push over, but these guys are coming out every week wanting to play, wanting to win. I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers to win this game, and to win this game good, baby. Those are my picks for the week. I'm out.
The Dynasty Madden League Network, the worldwide leader in CFM.